Watch out, Thomas, that twister has not gone away. Into the barn. Whoa, the barn explodes, tornado spins, and Thomas escapes without a scratch.
Oh, the indignity! Get me off this wretched tornado playset!
Watch out, Thomas! Bad storm coming in. Woo!
Oh my crikey, look what I found! It's a Thomas & Friends TrackMaster twisting tornado set! The box says a tornado spins Thomas and rips the shed apart. This playset includes an exclusive Thomas that looks like it's been through a tornado. Oh my crikey's grab Toto because I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. This looks like a stack of fun. Let me grab the chicken. Oh, it's making noise already, but we want to look at the back of the box. Woo! Settle down, chicken, settle down. Your time is coming. There is a bit of a read there. If you want to pause the video, you can read what's said there. It is quite exciting. But what I like to look at on the back of the box, apart from looking at the playset, is what's going on in the background. Those toys have been in many background shots. This table here's got a Henry up there, I believe. Okay. That's actually in a few background shots. This is definitely in just about every background shot. The playmat and that strange ball. Hidden behind this detail here is the spilt bucket of toys. Now, I think that's classic TrackMaster track. Thomas Wooden Railway Diesel 10. Please correct me if I'm wrong. And I think TrackMaster 2 Thomas. Very interesting going on there. And then also there is the toys in the shelving area there. Maybe you can tell me what's there, but it's very hard to tell. The picture there shows the bursting shed. We come down here, we get bits pointed out to us. The splitting shed again. Motorised Thomas in this playset, like they always are. A reset lever, thank goodness for that. And also the wondrous spinning tornado. It does look awesome. It's a very interesting piece of Thomas & Friends, blah blah. And that boy is excited because he just won a round on Fortnite. And also available is a Blue Mountain track bucket. I've never seen that. These engines here, noticing Henry is totally missing. And also the tunnel blast set. Yes, I have that one. It's out with the old and in with the new. Okay, chicken. Quiet. You need to unbox this without damaging the box and only pulling Thomas out of the bubble. Can you do it? Okay. Somewhere over the rainbow, Thomas will come out of the box. Ah, he's not coming out! My crikeys, I think the chicken's almost done it. Maybe a couple more taps and we can get Thomas free of the playset. Oh, beautiful work, chicken. But you've damaged the box. Yeah, you're fired. And quiet. That's the problem when you ask a chicken to do a man's job. It's wrecked the box here. It's also wrecked the bubble. It's probably a military grade chicken. It was way too powerful. I can't make any invisible or ghost things out of that. So it's good my sister to that. And we might take a look at this Thomas next, eh? Okay, I've got what I'm calling the Tornado Thomas in my hands here. It does work somehow after that crazed unboxing. The sticker here on the cab's a little bit off skew and I'm seeing a little bit too much of that. The detailing on the other side looks like that. Whether that's the same or different, maybe you can tell me. If I quickly spin it around, can you tell? Yeah, well, you can tell me, I can't tell. It is typical of the TrackMaster 2 type of detailing that you see where it's like embossed. If you put your finger over it, you can actually feel the detailing that's been put on there. Also, in typical TrackMaster 2 scenario, there's nothing on the back. One thing I will say about the TrackMaster 2 toy trains, especially the Thomas, man, I've got umpteen variations of how Thomas looks, and they're starting to really work out, well, what's the most important thing about Thomas apart from detailing down the side? Yes, of course, that's having a nice specialised face. Let's take a look at that one. Well, there it is there. You can have your 5 cents to say about that. To me, it looks like a cat. He's got cat whiskers and some, I don't know, stripes up his face there. What is a bit unusual is, on this one, I noticed that his eyebrows aren't very strongly painted on. In fact, his eyes aren't as strong either. Maybe it's a bit of a misprint, this one. But a few leaves there on the nose and the cheek there. But to me, it looks a little bit cat-like. And let's have a look at the box artwork and we'll just flash back from this one to the box artwork and we'll see how accurate they've got it. I mean, thank goodness we're getting this. It took years upon years for this to happen correctly. I will give Tornado Thomas a bit of a spin on the turntable here. The trick to this is to get the turntable going with Thomas's power. Then I can take my hand away and I can control my hand at the side. Yeah, so the fact that we're getting, you know, nice faces now that look like the box artwork, maybe if we keep crying about buffer detailing and a few other things that are missing, we'll get them back. If we keep whinging, finally they will return, let's hope. I'm not sure whether you can hear it. This one's a bit of a lumpy runner. Sometimes you get the TrackMaster 2 trains, and I think it has to do with the back wheels there, in the way their gear meshes with the rails. And I've just got another Thomas here with Ace Racer on top, and I'll just give this one a spin, and I think you'll find it's a lot smoother in running, yeah. See the way that Thomas there is a lot smoother, yet the one behind our Tornado Thomas is doing that sort of lumpiness that's going on there. It's quite subtle. It's more of an audible thing actually than something you visually see. It's just something I've noticed with TrackMaster 2. It happens a lot. I bet you if I move our Tornado Thomas to the inside track, it's going to really show up that lumpy runniness even more, because if you're going to be a lumpy runner on the outside track, you're going to really struggle on the inside track. And yes, look at it there, lumping its way around. Anyway, I'll grab the Tornado Thomas and we'll get into the playset. Hey, what do you think? Woo! On the side of TrackMaster 2 boxes, you'll see this. It can either make or break a playset. Let's take a closer look at what's going on here. Right, we've got 20 plus pieces, a nice Tornado Thomas, a barn that blows apart, a tornado that we like, a telegraph pole, and some other little blah blahs. This piece here is the potential one-trick pony of this playset. Put it this way, if you don't like this piece of the playset, well, the playset isn't going to work for you. Mind you, it might be a very nice piece. Just looking at the track parts, there's a lot of curvy pieces. That's very common in these sorts of playsets, and a couple of straights that we really like. Without the help of the military grade chicken that's already destroyed the box, I will get into this playset. My biggest fear in Australia is, now that we've lost Toys R Us, put it this way, I don't think I'll be ever seeing, especially that Blue Mountain track pack. That Toys R Us was excellent for getting things that other retailers didn't carry. Here it comes. Oh yeah, Colin, the instructions looks awesome. Woo! Okay, once it's out of the box, there is a very large piece here in relation to the other smaller bags. The constructions are in color, which is really, really nice to see. It makes it so much easier to make the playset. Look at that, it's a heart-shaped playset. I'm already in love with it. It's amazing. Well, before you play parts to go there, I never read that, and that's why I can never do proper reviews. How to play? Yeah, it looks like fun. This piece here is the largest piece in the playset. It's the make or break part of this playset. I sometimes call these the one-trick pony pieces. It looks like the Tornado is powered by Thomas, so his geared wheels will gear into those gears there and make him spin, and then you reset it by pulling along that lever there. Okay, I should have a chat here. I think it's a very important chat now that I've got things out of the plastic bags. And I did look at the side of the box and I thought, well, okay, those track parts look fairly conventional. But now that I come in here and I look at what's going on here, we've got your classic sort of TrackMaster 2-esque type bits of track. The best way to describe it is if I push down on one end here, one end will poke up. Okay, they ramp up because we need those bits of track to be able to get up to these bits here, which is a fair way off the deck there, to play on that part there. It's the same with these curves here. Strange, twisted bits of track. You can either be a fan, boy or girl, of those bits of track. So I'd say that's your TrackMaster 2-esque bits of track. These are your nice flat pieces of track in the playset. So yeah, so conventional in a sense, TrackMaster 2-esque. I bring this up because what I've found is when I make a layout, I tend to grab for those components like that. I tend to struggle with those components like that. Just looking at the track plane here, it's ES3s, that are the straights that sort of go up into the air, and the strange curves are called ELs. Okay, I've got the playset built. The very nice piece, and I'm really looking at this very carefully, is the Tornado and the barn. That is a really, really nice piece. Can't wait to see it play. But unfortunately up the back here, we've got classic TrackMaster, what would you call it, up in the air track. I've double checked this area here that I've made it correctly and put this in the right spot. But as you can see, it's a bit like the old TrackMaster sets used to have that problem a lot. Maybe it needs a nice hot day for that to settle down. I've double checked the points and also the stop go over there, and we'll give Thomas his first run on the set and see how it goes, hey. I'm a bit disappointed about that, you know, that sort of track thing there. Anyway, let's watch this. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that Tornado, it looks awesome. Go Thomas, go! He made it through, yes. Very nice work. And of course you've got to come and reset the playset or else this will happen. Grinding his little heart away there, that's going to keep you busy this playset because we do have to do a bit of a reset. Let's just see how it goes in the reset mode. If I do that single-handedly, oh, that Tornado spins nicely, doesn't it? Lift up the barn here. lift up our power lines. We lost power in that tornado, and we can give Thomas another spin, can't we? Yeah, go Thomas, go. Just watching very carefully, yeah. Whoa, watch out Thomas, that's a tornado, yeah. I'll quickly reset the playset. You know why they never called Thomas Hurricane? Because in reality he was a tornado. Go Thomas, go! You! I've just turned the playset around so we can see the tornado acting on the other side, and we'll give Thomas a nice spin. Oh, dangerous, right on the edge of the table there, Thomas. And we'll see how he survives this one, hey? Into the barn. Whoa, the barn explodes, tornado spins, and Thomas escapes without a scratch. It's actually highly addictive doing this. Let's watch it again. Woo! It's not at all difficult to reset, and what I have now is Thomas in a bit of a challenge with Ace Racer. We'd like to give Ace a bit of a stir up because, well, maybe he needs to sometimes get back down into his box. We'll see if this can survive the tornado. We'll see who comes out of this alive. Go Thomas, go! Oh no! Whoa! Ace has just been ripped off the... Oh no! Thomas is down! Thomas is down! And so was Ace as well. Maybe that's actually some of the best fun. I want to see that again, and I'll get the shutter speed cranking on the camera as well. Sit Ace on the wagon there like that. I was hoping they'd be Thunderbirds trees here. I would have preferred that. Well, I'm a Thunderbirds fanboy. I just reset this. I've got the shutter speed set higher. I've got Thomas and Ace ready to go. Okay, go. Thomas and Ace, go. And we'll see what disaster strike this time. Maybe you can't play if your tender engines on this playset. Whoa! Oh, it's fighting! Oh, yes! Oh, will Thomas make it through this time? Oh, no! It's the same sort of crash! Quite remarkable. It's almost identical to what happened before. Let me just try a tender engine. I'll just clear Thomas and Ace out of here. And we'll get Shooting Star Gordon on this playset. Okay, I've got the tornado reset and I've got Shooting Star Gordon ready to go here. Oh, the indignity. Someone's going to try and kill me with the tornado. Okay, let's see how he goes. I've got the shutter speed set as high as I possibly can in this little workshop here. Okay, watch out, Shooting Star Gordon. You're about to get nailed. Oh, yes. What? He's going to make it through? I can't believe... Oh, no, he's stuck there. Oh, the indignity. Get me off this wretched tornado playset. So there's a couple of things I'm starting to understand. It's really only for one single train, and you can't go the other way. So it's a one-direction playset, and there's not many trains that's going to work on this one. Mind you, I still like this tornado piece a lot. Looks great. I'm thinking that if I put something on this playset, I might be able to get the tender engines to work. Because what I'm seeing here is a pinch point, and it gets jammed here. If there's something that stops that jam area, then maybe this engine here will keep spinning and then Gordon can escape. Okay, maybe this is a nice 5-second fix. I've got a tongue depressor there and some blue tack. That's the thing that holds posters on your wall. Make sure we can still get this piece around to join like that. Maybe this will work. I'm just resetting the playset here now. I've raised the ramp up so there's very little pinch point now. Hopefully Gordon will be able to get through with his tender, or something different will happen. Or else we can write this set off for playing with tender engines. It's really only for single engines. Okay, watch carefully. Okay, once around. Can we get the second round? Oh! No, it didn't make it. He just went forward there and obviously just fell. That's a real shame. That is a crying shame. I'll just give that another go. We might be able to fluke it. Some strange things can happen. You can pull it off. But I'm starting to doubt my powers of saving this one. Watching carefully. Okay, once around. I'm watching that tender very carefully. Nah. Same again. Gordon's struggling on the playset. Oh, the indignity. The hand of God's coming in to save me. You know the old saying, 3 strikes and you're out? Well, we've got 2 strikes down there. I've got another strike in my hand, and hopefully this playset will work with this train here. It's the Tommy Streamliner. I'm just going to put it on and we'll give it a normal speed. Remember the days when trains did that? Yes. I'll just set that right. Freewheeling trains, hey? Just normal speed first. Oh, just there we are. That's normal speed. And we'll see if this can work at normal speed. Then we'll try the super streamlining speed, eh? Watching carefully. That was embarrassing. That's not a nice place to be down there. You've got Mute, you've got Percy, who's now with the Diesels, and Diesel 10. I can also see Diesel 10's mini-me there as well. Will we have a go at that streamlining speed? Yes, I think we will. Let me reset this playset. Oh, it is sort of reset, isn't it? Just get this up, get the barn up. This is going to happen very fast. Keep a very close eye on this. Okay, we've got streamlining speed here. Go, streamliner, go. Please work. It never happened. It never ever happened. Quite disheartening, but then again, this train is not matched to this style of track or style of playset. It's a totally different ball game, that style of train. Was that your 3 strikes and you're out? Well, let's just try TrackMaster 2 Diesel 10. Let's get Pinchy open because Pinchy's about to enter the tornado. Let's see if this works. This should work. Let's hope it works. Okay, watching very carefully. Go, Diesel 10, go, yes. And we'll hopefully make it out of the tornado. Nice work. And also nice work, Pinchy. I'll watch one more sound effects, eh? I'll do one more with tornado sound effects. Nice work, Diesel 10. I noticed Pinchy's closed up. Don't forget to reset the playset, will you? Before Diesel 10 grinds himself to nothing there, what I will do is I would like to take this playset outside and I'll hit it with some real rain and things, like a special defects special, eh? What do you think? And we'll see if we can't make this thing look even more awesome than what it already is if I can reset it properly. Okay, I've set up some very dodgy brothers special effects there, a bit of a hose and a fan, and we'll give Thomas a bit of a tornado run in bad weather. It's a really strange day, really bad weather, but the sun's out. We'll just get Thomas going here. Here's on a stop go, and we'll watch how he goes on this set in this really, really bad weather. Oh, he's about to hit the tornado. Whoa, crikey, does the rain make any difference, or does it slow the whole thing up? Oh, he's made it through. Nice work, Thomas, nice work. Resetting in this bad weather isn't that much fun, I can tell you. Mind you, it is a nice warm day, so I'm not suffering too much. And we'll take a look at it from this side, hey? You see how he survives this very terrible storm, and he'll be coming up to the barn soon. Watch out, Thomas, that's a terrible storm and tornado. Can he make it through? Yes, he does, in shining colours. I think that storm's getting worse and worse. The wind is howling on this playset, and I'll get Thomas going again. Looking at this way again, I like this back view of it. Nice backlit. Here we go. It's a twister, Thomas. Be careful. Twisters are dangerous. Here we go. Oh, bit of a rough start there, Thomas. Watch out. It's really, really bad weather. Oh, no. He's made it through. What a miracle. I'm sure this storm's getting worse. It's like that storm on cooling all engines. Watch out, Thomas. That twister has not gone away. Any moment now. Whoa. Oh, miraculously he's got through. So watch out, Thomas. There's just been an earthquake and I heard there's a giant tsunami coming, so be warned. Watch out for that tsunami, Thomas. I'm sure that storm's getting worse, Thomas. Yeah, there's my advice. Take the playset out on a bad rainy day. Keep out of storms, of course. And then maybe you can have the best little bit of TrackMaster fun you've ever had in your life. That is if I can reach the reset blah blah thing there. I wonder why everything's so waterlogged, eh? I'm stupidly having fun out here, but what I've found now is, and I've probably wrecked the playset, I think I've totally waterlogged it. Because when Thomas comes up to the barn, that's what happens. Dun dun dun! Maybe a bit of twister hand from God can get Thomas working there. Oh, come on. That's it, come on. I know you're all wet and everything. Come on, play for me, play. Oh, naughty Thomas, naughty. Maybe all that's a cue for me to basically pack up my bags here and take it inside, eh? Nice and gently, of course. Get the water out. I'm back inside now. I had the playset drying off in the sun for some time. While it was drying off, I had a look at the Fisher-Price website in relation to this toy, and its reviews on their website gives it glowing reviews. It's a 5-star out of 5-star playset. Quite curious to read what's being said about this playset on the Fisher-Price website. I'll just remind you, I don't do toy ads, I do toy reviews. Very important for me to say that. There's a playset there we've just reviewed in this video, and also got a playset in the background, very similar size boxing, and the pricing wasn't that different. Oh boy, oh boy. Is there a different result when you play with this one, let's say versus a playset like that? One of those chalk and cheese moments. Which one of those two playsets would you prefer? Put it this way, when I saw them in the Australian market, that one on special was basically the same price as that playset at full price. I'm hoping my audience respects what I say about toys, and that's maybe why they look at my toy reviews, but the Railway Racer, to tell you what, it's almost a Thomas & Friends toy that I couldn't fault. It's also a toy that I witnessed sell off the shelves extremely fast. I think the best attribute to this toy, and there's many good attributes, is the exclusive Streamline and Thomas there and the Race and the Percy. Maybe it's unfair to make a comparison between that playset there and that playset there, because it's almost like they are on two totally different planets. Let me just gently put this playset away here, and I'll have my final words to say about that playset there. Every time I look at this piece here, it reminds me of the Twister from The Wizard of Oz, but there's a bit of a sad story to the special effects back then. It was done with asbestos dust. A lot of people died on the early films because they used asbestos dust as general dust, and also snow, and also set dressing. Yes, sort of bad days back then. I'll get Thomas going here, give him a bit of a run, and I'll also talk about the Wicked Witch from the West and her connection with the rock band Kiss. Do you really want to hear that story in this video? Or do you know how it works? Yeah, back in 1976 on a Halloween special done by Paul Lynde on American TV, Margaret Hamilton, who played the Wicked Witch in the West, wonderful actress and a very iconic role, appeared on the show also with Witchy Poo from HR Puff and Stuff, who was another witch. I know my witches from that time because that's when I grew up. And the rock band Kiss were on this Halloween special. Very, very important thing to be on, because a lot of people saw Kiss for the first time properly, and they became major fans. But seeing Margaret Hamilton there, she would have been an older lady then, was really nice. There are YouTube videos up on that. Maybe I'll link it down at the bottom of this video so you can revel in it yourself. Just like the way Thomas revelled in that tornado. Somehow the playset has reset itself, and if you are going to watch The Wizard of Oz, do it once and only watch Toto. Probably the greatest animal handling act in a Hollywood film ever. I hope the person who was looking after Toto got an Academy Award, but I'll tell you who won't get an Academy Award, and that's Thomas, because he just crashed. Well, I can't let Thomas dig a new hole under the tornado there. I will come in to save him. And I'll talk about the things that I like and dislike about this playset. Okay, I like the Thomas that comes with the playset. At least we're getting a face that we see on the box artwork, and it's taken many years for that to happen. As for this piece here, I do like the Tornado piece. It is a bit of a one-trick pony. You're either going to love or hate this piece. If you like cause and effect and fiddling and diddling and resetting things, it is perfect for you. It's going to keep you very busy. As a dynamic piece on a playset, it actually looks fantastic. But what I don't like about it is that the entrance point to it is you need to get on this sort of ramped piece of track here. I'm not really a big fan of this style of track on TrackMaster 2, and I spoke about that earlier. And there's also this part here, because on TrackMaster 2 we seem to have a lot of trouble with the track wanting to lay down, you know, flat. I'm being very critical here. Well, I do toy reviews, okay? I don't do toy ads. Please understand me here. If you're a TrackMaster 2 fan person, you are going to love this set. But if you're a person from earlier, let's say Thomas & Friends toys and play sets, you're going to struggle with this set. Maybe the thing that most annoys me is the playset is restricted to just, well, tenderless engines, and once again, there's Merlin the Invisible. We'll see if Merlin can make it around because he is magical and looks spiffo, doesn't he? Love that chromeness on Merlin. Let's just see if Merlin can make it through and cause some sort of Thomas magic here. Come on, Merlin, show us your goodness here. Well, maybe Merlin can stop twisters. Oh, and he'll get caught there. Okay, yes, I don't think Merlin can save the day. But who knows, it might be the best fun to watch tender engines struggle on this playset. Tell me what you think. Have I been too critical here? Or have I been as fair as I possibly can? Just let me jump back to the comparison I made between the two TrackMaster 2 playsets. I went to the Fisher-Price website and I see the price in US dollars of one set versus another. I'll flash up the screens of one and I'll flash up the screen of the other one. You can see there's a $10 difference between these two very different types of toy train sets. The way I say it is if you spend that extra $10 to get the railway race set, it's the best $10 you're going to spend in your whole life. And what I found really curious was that the railway race set wasn't getting as high a star rating as that twisting tornado set, so maybe I'm seeing it all wrong. Maybe I know nothing about these little toy trains. I've just added that in because legally I need to be as fair as possible when I'm making a comparison between these two toy train sets. Yes, this is a very curious playset. It is sort of classic TrackMaster 2-esque. This review gets a second wind because I put a Turbo Thomas onto this playset. I also do a hack onto this toy that makes it turbo all the time, thanks to a viewer of mine who explained to me how the turbo system works on that toy. Adding the Turbo Thomas onto this playset sends the whole review into a totally different direction, and it's best left if I attach that to the bloopers reel, which is quite extensive. My son also comes in and has his 5 cents to say about this playset. Again, I'll leave that for the bloopers reel. Very curious to see the way my son reacted to the playset and what he thought looked best. But most importantly, he reminded me of the way children play, which is not the way I play. Very important to see the way my son played with this playset. Sadly, today's YouTube is nothing like the YouTube that I started on 12 years ago. There's restrictions about seeing minors in videos, and there'd be some flaggot who'd have a stopwatch and ticking the amount of minutes that my children are seen on screen. I've got to be really careful on how much exposure they have in my videos. In fact, it's probably best if they're not in my videos at all these days. Anyway, I hope my toy review, which is not a toy ad, will help you make a decision if you see this toy for sale. I think the best way to explain this playset is I'll put this one into the very curious box. And my curious box is packed with lots of TrackMaster 2 one-trick pony bits of playset.